today, Guardsman. My shipment's late.
Well, good luck to you then.
It's my own fault for not bringing something.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the Wounded Coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems excessive.
He may be Tel the Shot. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Yes, what is it?
Looks like I'm not the only one who saw the bounty posting.
Apparently so, and I am regretting it. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone, and there have been sightings of a Kunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
The Kunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Tal-Vashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman.
Yes, isn't it?
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
The boy will be home soon enough.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the Wounded Coast.
I can't do that.
day, Sarah.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Fine day, Sarah.
There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
A lot of yelling for doing him a favor.
We killed a band of highwaymen. What does it matter whose patrol it was? It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
I don't think I can do that.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
So there was nothing unusual about it at all?
It had been clear for weeks. It didn't get unusual until after we heard about you and Aveline. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
A messy way to pass information, and Brennan already sent it along.
Another guard is walking into the same trap. I can't let that happen. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
I do hope the Viscount remembers to eat supper today.
You show admirable restraint, Beck.
Are you the Templar who's pursuing the boy Fainriel?
I did not realize his name was known so widely. Perhaps you know Ariane from when she was with the Dalish.
We don't all know each other. There are a lot of clans, you know.
Are you a friend of his?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
No young boy should have to face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to be more wary of their powers than touched by their struggles. If we do not find Fainriel soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons, or by less mystical predators. And I've said more than enough on the topic. This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Perhaps I could aid your search.
True. It is surely not in the lad's best interests to turn away anyone who seeks to find him. There is a Templar, former Templar, by the name of Samson. He left the Order due to philosophical differences. He has been known to help mages flee Kirkwall. If Fainriel went to him, Samson wouldn't tell me. He stays out of sight by day, but I've seen him at night, near the entrance to Darktown.
This is yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't wave that around. I mean, thank you for this perfectly normal item.
Welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop. My name is Solicitus. Please, take a look around. My apologies in advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
How can I help?
It's been too dangerous to leave the city of late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Perfect. A discount on everything in the shop, Sirrah.
The first enchanter has marked up these potions well beyond the cost of making them. He is trying to earn money for the Circle.
Welcome back to Sol's, my friend.
Did Lothering have an alienage?
It wasn't a big enough village to have a wall around it, let alone a place for elves.
Where did the elves live then?
Stables and outbuildings mostly.
I think I like alienages better.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Break some heads tomorrow, maybe. Good payday. Follow my lead! Get back! Now you fall!
You will fall! Greetings from the country, enemy!
Don't like Darktown? Die and make room.
I think this is the cellar door. Let's go in and see why Gamlin lied.
On your guard! I'll deal with this! To arms! I'll deal with this!
Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
Watch your step!
Bastard Gambler put you up to this. I knew I should have slit his throat.
Be careful! Go down! Set.
That's the vault! Everything we want to know about our family is inside.
That should do it.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
I still want to look around.
All right, but hurry. We should show the will to Mother as soon as we can. I would like to know more about being a guard, Aveline.
I don't think that's the job for you.
I know, but it might help me not get caught.
You probably shouldn't have said that part.
Why?
Just... never mind.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should... maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
We have a home, Mother. A real home.
They forgave me. Mother forgave me. But... Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing. You'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I would never turn against you.
You're a better person than Gamlen could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I like saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death. It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a Mageblood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind, to serve the Chantry as Andraste demands.
We are going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
I hope so, brother. I'm so very tired of running.
I found this when we were at the estate. I thought you should have it.
Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
You like it?
I love it. My whole life, Mother's always been so sad and worried. All because of my cursed magic. I always wished there was some way to take that burden off her. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
The estate is yours. Why are we still here?
Technically, the house is now property of the Viscount, since its owner died without an heir. If we went there now, we would just be squatters. But if the Viscount acknowledges our rights, we can get back more than the house. We can get back our name.
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding on to you the only way she knew.
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted in an Amel grandchild. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
He was so young. Never got to be the man he wanted.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
Blame the Darkspawn, not yourself.
The ogre would have been happy with any prey. It was my fault it was Carver. I miss him. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartrand's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I could at least give us a home.
I'm sorry I couldn't get you more information about the Circle, Bethany. It's difficult without naming you.
Thank you for being discreet. I don't want the Templars at my door.
No one does.
Let them corral the troublemakers. I just want information.
Right. Right.
It sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have said, but yes.
Here you're having problems with the Bone Pit. I can help.
Ah, finally someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run off. Serves me right for hiring Ferelden refugees. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
Your first mistake was naming your mine the Bone Pit.
The locals named the mine. Those fools say it's cursed. That is why I hire Fereldans. They may be dull-witted, but they're not superstitious.
Mind what you say about my countrymen.
I was not referring to you, of course. My workers are a particularly desperate sort. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
Surely the miners had good reason to leave.
I am at a loss. No miner has reported in, and no one takes me seriously.
The Bone Pit must be dangerous if people are afraid to venture there.
No, nothing like that. Pay no heed to local superstition. The Bone Pit is mostly harmless.
You said some of your workers are Ferelden?
Yes, all of them. An unruly lot, to be sure.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me more than those miners make in a year. The Bone Pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
Good day to you.
You there, Ferelden. I wish to speak with you. I've heard you have dealings with certain elements in the city. You can get things done on the sly, as they say.
That's a fancy way to put it.
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important, job. A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city.
A request that should have been made of the guard.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
Is there anything else I need to know?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself. The guards say these things have already torn through a full company of men.
It'd be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
I'm sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
You're so lucky.
How do you figure?
I would have loved to have a brother, and a mother, and an uncle. It must be wonderful. You'd never be alone.
It is wonderful. Although it might be better without Uncle Gamlen.
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Good to see you again, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
You should meet my husband, Hawk. Perhaps an evening out sometime.
Greetings, Sarah. You look like a man who'd be interested in the finest Antivan steel to grace his hand. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
I'll take a look.
Lucky you came early, my friend.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
My son's hurt bad. Can't overturned on him in the blasted bone pit.
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you. If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
I just want to see your wares.
Look around. We don't often get customers with actual coin to spend. on, Monsieur. Don't be shy.
You want daggers? Got them too. Gather round, all. Bring you a priceless treasure from the highest heights of Mount Damarus's travel. A pouch of Andraste's ashes. Verified by the scholar Genitivy. These ashes cure any ailment and provides virility in more intimate matters. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll try.
Sarah, there you go.
You hear about the Amaranthine traitors?
Who?
Some harebrained nobles in Amaranthine were conspiring against the Warden Commander. A truly stellar idea, if you know anything about him. We caught most of the conspirators, but a few fled by sea and came here. We're offering a bounty.
And the city guard is all right with me killing foreign nobles?
We tried getting permission. Lots of bowing, lots of flowery phrases, and a great deal of nothing from the Viscount. I came here to do a job. So if the Viscount gets his precious feelings hurt, he can take it up with the Warden Commander.
Sounds like the Warden Commander could be deposed if he's not careful.
True. The Amaranthine nobles are still a trifle upset about the whole burning down of their city. But this is the hero of Ferelden. Same one that defeated Loghain, an archdemon, the Mother, and no doubt more. Who do you think will win?
Tell me what I need to know.
Here's a list of names and descriptions. Anytime you end one of the bastards, let me know and I'll reward you. Better act fast, though. We're looking for them, too.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans. Where are you going, darling? Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carters' coffers. They must be stopped.
Jevon takes no notice of these thieves.
No one cares as long as they keep to Lowtown and the docks. No one except guards on the street, that is.
And that's a fact, is it? Think about it. Why would it start with Ferelden? A dirty backwater full of docks and the occasional ship. It took decades for the other blights to run their courses. This one? Less than 2 years, don't you see? It never happened. It was all a Ferelden ploy. Do you ever feel like the world's getting simpler? Like everything from eating to fighting is a lot less complex than it used to be.
You heard about that Deep Roads expedition? They say anyone who goes down is going to be rich.
You don't think they'll need drinks served down there, do you?
Drinking from their tub again, huh?
You have to when you're dealing with this lot. Let's see how you like drunk men pinching your ass and trying to lick you. Ugh!
Welcome to the Hanged Man.
What's the word on the street?
There's an expedition heading to the deep roads, and every sword and his dog wants in on it.
Any other news?
You ever met the Viscount Dumas? The man doesn't use his head for anything but storage for fancy hats.
Any other news?
You hear about the Earl of Redcliffe? Some say Andraste herself reached down and cured him so he could unite the land.
Any other news?
People say Meredith's the real power in Kirkwall, not the Viscount. Even Dumas answers to her.
Any other news?
The craziest thing. Apparently, the pigeon population has taken a nosedive in Ferelden. Weird, huh? What kind of sick individual preys on those innocent things?
Any other news?
You saw the shipwrecked Kunari. There was a man in here who swears he saw the whole thing happen. Apparently, the Dreadnought was fighting another ship before they both crashed on the reef.
Any other news?
Apparently, the Kunari are just waiting for a ship to take them back to Parvollen. Hope it comes soon.
Any other news?
Apparently, the Kunari are just waiting for a ship to take them back to Parvollen. Hope it comes soon.
Thanks. I should go.
Anytime.
You work here, right? I'll get more of that air.
So, is the Keeper your mother?
I left my clan when I was a child, to become Marathari's first. I haven't seen my parents in more than 10 years.
I'm so sorry. My father died in the Blight. You must really miss them.
I remember my mother singing to me when I was a little girl and I'd get sick. I think that's what I miss the most. The Keeper has a terrible singing voice.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
I've fought Darkspawn, but I've never been to the deep roads.
Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
We don't want trouble with the Grey Wardens, do we?
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talk to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work. Like everything from eating to fighting is a lot less complex than it used to be.
Drinking.
If you could do anything, just anything at all, what would you do?
That's easy. Be normal. No magic. Just normal.
Really? You wouldn't fly across Thedas or eat a cake the size of Kirkwall? Keep a baby griffin for a pet?
Well, now that you say it, the griffin might not be so bad.
I'd name mine Feathers.
You again. What do you want?
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Who are you protecting?
You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
We would never turn someone over to the Templars, mistress. Never.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him.
No maid should suffer for an accident of birth.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know, to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
Please, my mother. Don't let her lose another baby.
I got 5 kids to feed. Where do I find work?
We heard you in there, asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.